Hi everybody, this is a video series I do called Transfer Tuesday, where every Tuesday I pop on and share what moves I'm making towards our financial goals. So we've been a little bit all over the board week to week, so I hope that's what keeps it exciting because you never know what's going to happen or what we're working on from week to week, since we do tend to change things up quite a bit. So in previous weeks, I talked about how we just had a very large expense with our well pump. So that was $3,000. So I was able to move some money from different accounts and cut a check to pay that bill. However, annoyingly to me, when I pay something, I want the money just gone, right? Because it's not mine anymore. Well, they still haven't cashed the check. And that really bothers me. So my checking account looks like I have a lot more money than I do because the check hasn't been cashed. We also have a daycare check that hasn't cleared the account either. So that makes it not hard, but when I look at that and then I have to calculate out, okay, it was $3,000 for the well, $180 check that I know still hasn't cleared, and then look at what I have remaining to decide what kind of money moves I'm going to make this week. So to be honest, I'm playing it a little bit safe right now just because I know we do have some other expenses coming up this month. We're going to be traveling for Thanksgiving to see our family, so we'll have to board our dog, which is always fairly expensive, knowing that we have some Christmas gifts to still be buying. So I'm not being super aggressive right now and just kind of winging it, playing it by ear. But that doesn't really matter because the intent of this is that I do something every week. And it doesn't have to be investing wise, it just has to be some kind of money move. So this week, rather than investing any of the money, I've decided to move an additional $200 from our checking account to one of our sinking funds. And the one I chose is the one that we have called Kids and Travel. So this is an account that we have set up where we put money aside for those larger expenses. So things for our kids. In the summers, our kids tend to do summer school, and they have like a wraparound program, because it's only a half day in the morning, and then they go to this aftercare kind of thing in the afternoon, so that way that I can still work and don't have to go get them. But that is a huge expense all at once. I think it was like $700. So knowing that that's coming, we want to have the money set aside so that we can just pay that and we have the money and it doesn't affect our monthly budget. Soccer is another big one that tends to be a huge chunk all at once because it's 2 kids and we tend to pay for the entire year, so fall and spring session. So we wanted to have that money kind of just set aside for things like that. Other sports, as they're going to come up and things like that. If it's anything significant like hundreds of dollars, we want to be able to plan ahead for that and have that money earmarked for it. Travel obviously is kind of an unknown expense one, so the thought there was just to start slowly putting money away towards that. And as I'm thinking about it, I feel like I really should probably have those be 2 separate things that we're saving for, because travel, you can go anywhere with like anything with that, right? Like you could do like something really small and cheap, or it could be something really extravagant. So I feel like I should probably separate those 2 out a little bit and maybe just have this one be the kids account and then do a separate one maybe in our Ally Bank with the high yield and put that one towards travel. So that's something I'm just kind of thinking through and how I'm going to restructure that. So no additional investing this week. We do obviously every week or every pay period, we are contributing to our retirement accounts through our employers. And then as we start into the new year, it'll be new goals around my Roth IRA and maxing that out again for next year, which the limit went up. So it's no longer $6,000, it's $6,500 that you can contribute. So we will work on that again come the new year. But for now, we're kind of just, I don't want to say in coast mode, but or survival mode, like just getting through the end of the year, putting some money towards different goals that we have, but not anything super aggressive at this time, just because the holidays do tend to be, a little bit more expensive, so we do want to be mindful of that, but still be pursuing our goals. I had also talked about in previous videos about doing our basement renovation project. So we had bought some of the supplies to start that, but hadn't started it. So this past weekend, we actually started laying some subfloor for that. So that feels really good, but of course, then other things always pop up that my husband had to buy. So we needed a new shop vac, and he did brakes on his truck, and that was $400. So it's always something. So making sure that we are budgeting and planning ahead and not being too aggressive on the goal so that we can still do these other life things that happen, and still making the best of everything. So that's going to do it for me. It was just $200 moved into that kids and travel sinking fund for this week. So I will be back again next week with another update. I hope you have a great week.